Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing today? It is now July the 18th, a Wednesday. It's about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to talk about Bitcoin very quickly. I'm slowly settling into this new place, which will be a permanent office and home, of course, right? So I'm waiting for all the furniture and stuff to come in by the end of next week. So I'm slowly getting back into the groove of trading. So I apologize for my absence. But because I finally got my chairs in that you guys can kind of see here next to me now, I got bar stools. I don't even have my desk or computer chair in yet, so I've got to use the kitchen area for my trading. So just glad that I got bar stools where I can actually sit down somewhere and work now. I didn't want to just buy like one bar stool, just for like use it for a few days. So I figured I may as well just wait around until they came in. So I was standing around on the computer for the past few days, and the internet was finally hooked up yesterday, so I've got a good connection here now. So let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. We fell below $300 billion, right? But we're looking pretty good right now for a 24-hour volume. It started to pick up substantially, actually. So it's making me fairly happy. We were trending in the $2 to $3 billion ranges, and even got as low as like 2.9. That's the lowest. 4 billion on average, but today, guys, we're doing very, very well so far. Now, the big question is this the top? Right? Is this the top for now? Is it very close to the top? Let me show you guys my bias very quickly here. Just want to make sure nothing is open that you guys can see just in case. Because sometimes I'm very forgetful, put it that way. Okay, here we go. So right now I'm in a position for a metaverse short, as you guys know already. Bitcoin just couldn't hold above 7,300. So my position is very good so far. I'm hoping to make a very substantial gain on this one. I'll be laddering it fairly high. I'm always very transparent with my position. This is the same ETP position from last night. Yesterday was a very quick $800 day, or $800 like 3-4 hours of trading only at night, and that was awesome. So hopefully we're going to trend above $300 billion soon. Yeah, hopefully very soon. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and talk about, first of all, on a very large perspective, right? What this is doing right now and what kind of targets we could be looking at soon. Okay, so if we take a look at right here, what we can easily argue is that this is basically a first impulse wave up right here, okay? First, this is second, and this is basically a third one that it's making right now. And I've been talking about a possibility of hitting this particular structure for, just generally speaking, for a while now, right? If you guys have been remembering from my videos way back then. And we were also talking about some possible trend line support right there, right? We were maybe hoping to hit it there and then bounce up another one, but it's obvious that it bounced off of here very heavily, right? So let me explain to you guys what we do, or my process first. So my process is always look at the daily, right? See what the daily is doing. See throughout the day what it has looked like thus far, and also check out the week, right? See what the week is doing as well. The week has been incredibly bullish, okay? Super nice. In fact, we got a chance to close above the 55 EMA next week, which makes me very happy, actually. So on the daily right now, what we can easily conclude is that we've rejected already about 2.8% throughout the day. Now, that might not seem significant, guys, right? But when we have moved up only 3.8%, but we have rejected 2.8 of that 3.8%. It only means that we only gained 1% today, right? Like the net gain. So what it also implies is that for the past 24 hours, the bulls have tried very hard to push up the market, this 3.8%. But the bears were actually able to defend 3/4 of that attack, put it that way, right? So it also implies that the momentum might now be lost. Okay, so let's talk about this right here from an Elliot wave perspective. Now, I've got a lot of things to wonder as well, right? Like, is this an actual an impulse wave up right here, okay? Or is this just an ABC correction going upwards, right? So there's a lot of things to wonder, so we're gonna play it one step at a time right now. So from the way I see it, let's assume on the daily that this is just simply ABC right now, okay? Let's just say that was right now. So we're talking about right here, that's A, that's B, and that's C, which implies that from B to C right here, there's always, guys, for C, I'll let you know that there's always 5 motive waves, okay, like that move impulsively. So it's very important to distinguish. So now we've isolated these events, right? We say to ourselves, okay, if this is ABC and this is a corrective wave, well, it's just gonna start downtrending now, right? But people are always going to argue this from Elliot perspective, where they're like, okay, well, if this is not ABC, then is this a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going upwards like this, where we're going to try to find support somewhere, say in this region over here, and then, you know, we make one more wave up, or who knows, it might even be sharper, right? Something like that, where we hit the trend line. But nevertheless, we acknowledge this trend line first, and we say to ourselves, that's a very hard resistance. But before that, what we want to do is now go to a lower time frame. Now that we've labeled the ABC, sorry, let's try to find that in there again. I think I deleted it. Actually, here's fine. So we'll just call it like that. Right around there. Perfect. Okay. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? What I'm doing? Getting the lowest point down there, right? So that we say to ourselves, are these 5 waves actually in already? And if they are in, guys, like we're talking about, that's possibly 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, okay? And now then that's 5, right around this range. So now what we want to do is say to ourselves, okay, well, how high did this actually get as well in terms of extensions, right? So if I call this right here my wave 1, that's 2, or AB, and then that's C down there, well, what we can say to ourselves is that, okay, well, this one made like almost a 161.8 extension, right? Almost. As long as this particular wave is greater than the first one, if we assume that it is an impulse wave up, because what we say is wave 3 is often the strongest and also never the shortest, okay? So now we take a look at this particular subwave and analyze wave 4 from an Elliot perspective. So from an Elliot perspective, is it really that narrow, where that's literally 1, 2, and that's somewhere, that's 3, 4, and we're basically getting a 5th right around here, where this made some ending 5th wave in there already that we don't see, right? Where it just goes, this is 3. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about when I break this down for Elliot, okay? And how I deduce these. So that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5 right there. But within here, what we get is like a diagonal sort of crap, right? Where it goes like that, we can say, and then this ends up breaking to the downside. Like that, okay? You guys see what I'm talking about? That's called an ending 5th wave diagonal that broke down, okay? So if this were the case right here, right now, this is getting a lot more detailed than I want it to be, but I'm actually doing an Elliott wave perspective from how I'm trading it, okay? Woo! Woo! Look at this trade. Ooh! Oh, yeah, look at Metaverse drop. Look at Metaverse drop. Sorry, guys. You guys saw that right there during this trade. Okay, guys, let's get back to Bitcoin. Nothing is better than seeing your positions drop like that, okay? Everything is looking good right now for Bitcoin. So what I'm saying is this, okay? What I'm saying is that the significance of Bitcoin on the short time frame is that, take a look, guys. In the past 3 days and 18 hours, Bitcoin has never fallen below the 55 EMA. But now all of a sudden, after like whatever, 3-4 days, right, it's falling below the 55 EMA. But not only is it falling below it, but it actually tried to break up once, rejected, twice, rejected, and now actually 4 candle closes already below the 55 EMA, which will now resist everything. So, am I bearish? Yep, I sure am. Can you guys blame me for being bearish? You know what I mean? Like, I can't help but be bearish right here, right? So let's just say that this was an impulse wave up, like we talked about earlier already, right? That just simply means that that's 1 right there, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5 right there. So I think that a logical place, if this was Elliott wave, the 3rd impulse wave going up only, and there's 1 more, obviously a good place to be interested in it. Like if I'm wrong, first of all, right? There's also always the if I'm wrong, or if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, right, you make a choice, right? I'm there right now. But if I'm wrong, then clearly a good break with lots of volume, like well above the high right there of 75.88. If that one actually were to break right there, like I think that it could, let's talk about what it could hit, right? Let's talk about what it could hit, but also it's not likely to break out further because there's 5 waves like in every subdivision already, and that's a very bearish engulfing candle. I want to put into perspective for you guys how much progress we lost, okay? Over these 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, I will explain to you guys the mechanics behind them. This right here was basically a hanging man candle. That's very bearish form with smaller wick. It signaled to the market that the bulls were losing control and the bears were starting to take over. But the bulls decided to make one last hurrah right there to go up, right? They tried very hard. Then the bulls shot it up right there again. But the bears stepped back in. They're like, nah, we're not having any of that. We're actually going to reject you by over 1%. And then right here, the bears took over and they pushed it down. But the bulls defended it very slightly. So now the bears are like, okay, well, the bulls are actually defending right now. Let's push a little bit harder. So now that they've pushed way harder, we get this engulfing candle right there that basically overtakes all three of these candles right here. So sorry for going back and forth to manage my position there, but yeah, I'm up quite a bit right now already. It's going to be like over a $1,200 day. I think, yeah, it's going to be a good close there, I think, soon. Okay, let's get back to Bitcoin. Guys, this is a very bearishly engulfing candle. I mean, keep looking at the price action right here, okay? 73.41, 73.41, 73.41. This is getting, you guys hear my alarms is going off non-stop right now as well, right? So which means that everything is breaking support right now. So the way that I'm looking at this, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guys, I've got no choice but to assume that the first level of support is honestly like way down there, right? I mean, take a look, guys. Like, we're on a 3-hour chart right now, okay? We're on the 3-hour chart right now. I mean, let me turn off my mute. Let me mute my phone, guys. Or phones, rather. Okay, so, yep. Also, you guys also notice, like, this is kind of like a heavy resistance area. Like, take a look, okay? This is a massively heavy resistance area around there as well. There's no denying that. Do you guys see this range right there? So it makes sense for us to not break it the first time, right? I mean, yeah. So right now, where am I looking for support, guys? Okay, where am I looking for support? I'm looking for support above around this range, and I'll see it very loosely, anywhere at like around the 618 fib region even, okay? Like we're talking about the 6650 to like 6835. That's a more aggressive entry for long. Now people will probably start to get interested around these regions as well, right? So now what we want to look for, guys, is we have no idea where it's going to fall to. You guys always have to remember that. So we have to react as data comes in. Okay, we don't have enough data to analyze where support is going to be. So guys, that was the top. Like, I firmly believe that was the top and it's in. So keep an eye between these regions right there, between, we'll just say $7,015, $7,015 and between 66.56, which is the golden ratio zone, right? So that was the purpose of this video, like basically saying that, yeah, if it breaks above here, sure, it might go to like 7,800, but that's almost not even worth it right now. So it was just evident in my opinion, okay? Like, look at the RSI, guys. We didn't even do an RSI analysis on it yet as well, okay? We just I gotta refresh it every time. It's really annoying when this happens. So I'm doing really well in my position right now. Bitcoin's just wanting to fall off of a cliff, and so is my metaverse position here as well, okay? Okay, sorry, let me get BTC back up. Every time you refresh the page, the balance, it shows up, right? So that's why I gotta do that. I don't want you guys to see that, no offense. So if we take a look at the histogram as well, and it looks like it's about to tick down, right? Take a look. Yeah, definitely looks like that right there, in my opinion. Let's go look on the 6-hour chart. 6, 12, 1 day, right? It's around there. You see that big tick down on the 6-hour? You see on the 12-hour, it's pretty overbought right now. And you see like on the 12-hour specifically, right? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. We've got about 4 hours to go for the daily candle close. If you guys take a look at it, they're basically a combination of tweezer pairs at the top, right? Where it just couldn't really break above this range for the whole day, around 73.40. Yeah, it's still going, guys. Like, look at that. We just dropped. Did you guys just see that? We just shattered 72.90. Did you guys see that? That was a massive drop right there. Yeah, that's where I anticipate support once again, guys. Everything is overbought regions. Daily is now showing a really ugly candle, okay? It's showing now a shooting star candle. Do you guys see this? That's not good, guys. It's not good for the bulls if this were to continue. So once again, guys, the way, like, I'm not saying that this is where I think support is, okay? What I'm saying is I'm using a method of analysis since June. that has indicated that these regions right here could possibly be support. This is the more likely probability zone of finding support, in my opinion, between the 0.5 and the 618 region. And then the secondary zone, which is not as likely, in my opinion, is around this region right there, where I'll highlight in blue or something to differentiate between them, okay? This blue region, not as likely, right? So we're just going based on one, fib regions, two, supports and price action. So we have to remember that what was previously a resistance will now become a support, and what was a support will become a resistance. Guys, wasn't that a nasty candle right there? Okay, now I'm not saying that it's going to bounce off of there. So the argument is this 1, 2, 3, and that's the 4 coming down with one more wave going upwards, or is this another ABC, and then we just end up downtrending even more now, all the way? Because you guys look at a 12-hour, like I'm going to tell you guys, in the 12-hour right now, okay? Look at this, okay? The rejection is really, really nasty. So I'll keep you guys up to date. I'm trying to really settle and get back into like the full swing of things. As you guys can tell from my attitude now, I'm kind of almost there again. So I'm in the mood to put it this way, okay, guys? I furnished my place. I kept within my budget, but it was still a pretty uncomfortable budget to me still. You know what I mean? Like nobody likes to you know, splurge, put it that way, like unless they have to, but I kind of did have to. So now I'm very, very, very motivated to make back what I spent to furnish this place. And I want to make it back in literally like 1 or 2 weeks at most. So you guys are going to see a lot more of me. So I'll keep you guys up to date very soon. Just to talk about my metaverse position again, like I'm doing very well on it so far, up $400. So hopefully we do find some level of support there. That would be phenomenal if we do find it between where I've indicated. And if we do, that will indicate there's one more possible wave up, okay? But if it is ABC and we don't find that support that we want, and how do we find support, guys? We look for a combination of various factors and confluent reasons that give us a signal that the bulls are defending successfully, and there's more of a probability that will make it lean upwards than it will down. So that's how we find these confluent reasons. So we're looking for like price action, we're looking for candles, we're looking for bullishly divergent RSI, we're looking for histogram that can possibly tick up as well. So many different reasons. But what we're seeing right now, guys, I will say it in plain sight. What we're seeing right now is bear, okay? This is a very bearishly engulfing type of candle, and I cannot help but think right now that there's a very strong chance that we will trend to this particular region where I indicated earlier, which was, let me show you guys again, okay? So I do think that we have a very strong chance to trend to these particular regions between the 0.5 and the 618 fib region, right there, where we're going to find support near right there, okay? That candle was really bearish, guys. So yeah, so hopefully it does hit those targets, and I'll see you guys later. All right, guys, so here we are. I'm actually going to end up taking my profit here, apparently, so let's see what this is going to be, guys. Come on. I just want to do it right there, okay? Here's at 92. Let's see if these guys actually end up shattering, okay? Because I'm right there at 9155 right there. Let's just go cut these guys off here, okay? Let's just see what's going to happen if I actually put it there, and if anyone is actually going to close my positions or not. Okay, this guy's only got 700 left to go there. Okay, I'm just going to go 999 at a time here. Okay, let's just keep going at it.